Alright, players ready? Let's get this rematch on the road.
Yes, as I was meant to talk about this as well, but I didn't get a chance to. Me and Micah did indeed 2-1 Haas last night.
He did. I didn't watch the games. I literally found out just before we started the tournament, but yeah, taking out Haas, got pretty close to beating, I believe it was Nice and Max, I want to say as well. Or the other two players he faced last night. That was in the Blazing Cup, Taiwanese event. GogojOey also playing in that, which is my segue to Def Aura LE. Here in the top left corner map, spawning all the way to the top left corner. We have the, not the Hong Kong Zerg player, we have the Blue Zerg player coming down from the land of Brisbane. He's channeling all of the boys, NXZ, Lumia, Quirky, Azure, all of them together by their powers combined. He is representing Downfall Gaming, DFG. Gonna be making his opponent say, uh-oh, he is Oreo.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the red Zerg player hailing from the land of Hong Kong, currently teamless. It's crazy, it doesn't make any sense, but he is here. He is GogojOey.
I feel like we can make an agency for players looking for teams. So we got GogojOey, we got Hero.
That's it. Starduck as well, I guess, as his team
Starduck,
is...
yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Maybe one day. But yeah, I'm really curious to see what Oreo has in store for us, because it did feel like in the previous series he came in with a very methodical approach to the series. If you recall, game 1, 2-base muta, game 2, gas pool.
Tried to do what you did.
Yeah, like Ling Bane all in essentially. So yeah, we'll see if he has more of that in store for us, or if he tries to go into a straight up Roach versus Roach game.
I am trying to run the simulations in my head right now. Just trying to imagine what we'll get, but yeah, it's looking like both players are just playing it out a lot more standard for the moment, just trying to suss out what their opponents are going to be doing, try to be a little bit more reactive. It would be interesting to see who's going to take the initiative.
Exactly. As both players, like neither one went for an early gas or an early pool or anything like that. We'll keep an eye on their third base timings. We'll keep an eye on their gases, if they're going to stay on 2 bases, which is a little bit easier to do on this map, as we saw in all.
Very quick lair coming out from Oreo. What do you have planned for us, my friend?
Uh-oh. Oh boy, and we'll see as the Ling spots the natural. Oh my god, he's doing it as well.
Cue the Spider-Man meme.jpg.
Are we gonna see a muta versus muta again? Except last time it was me and Micah versus Joey, but
I think we will. That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh my god, 2 in 1 day?
You never know. I mean, you never know. The Roach could be a fake out, or it could be a legitimate Roach Warren for Roaches. But I mean, we'll see. It's a bit of an obvious. They're both going for +1 range.
Oh,
Never mind.
Yeah. They are both going for +1 range. Only 1 gas taken so far by Oreo. Meanwhile, there it is. The rest of the gases are being taken. GogojOey taking all 4. There it is. He switches into +1 melee. He is committing to the Spire.
All right, at least one of our players is going to go for mutas.
Oh god.
Now we just need Oreo to do the same.
That's the problem, right? I don't think he is, because of that upgrade. Like, feels bad, man. I wanted muta versus muta. This is a little bit stressful for Oreo, because he needs to know what he's up against. Otherwise, he's gonna be caught off guard. But he dives in. He's gonna spot the Spire. He's gonna spot it.
Right now, it kind of looks. Will he spot the Spire? No, the Queen's doing his best he can to take out this Overseer, but he will just barely spot the Spire. And now the ball is pretty much in Oreo's court. As long as he's able to defend against the mutas, get a couple of spores down, he should be able to do a lot with his roaches. Actually getting a Nidus?
Yeah, boy. Here we go. We are taking it back to 2020, end of 2020, mate. We're going to see a Nidus. We're going to see Queens go across the map. We are going to see drones go across the map. Throw down some spores for that anti-air to make sure the mutas don't do a damn thing.
I have the biggest smile on my face right now. Oreo also keeping that Overseer alive behind the main base of GogojOey. If he wanted to, he could try to be sneaky with the Nidus. Try to find some edge on the main base of GogojOey that he doesn't have vision on. I think he's more straight up for the moment.
That he is. Okay, we have Queens coming in. We have Roaches as well. Oreo has to try and end the game before the Mutas come into play. GogojOey realizes this. He throws down 3 spines.
But 3 spines gotta be enough for him over here. Oreo a little bit distracted with the Overlord, although to be fair, I don't think he had enough energy to spread creep here. Immediately a couple of drones making use of GogojOey's creep.
Oh,
canceled.
Interesting. What? I like it because you know what? GogojOey is pulling a Mio Micah. He made Roaches, not Mutas.
Huh.
Oh
scratching my head over here, like, honestly.
Yeah, like, the thing is that if he made Mutas, then he would have been in a worse position, but because he went for Roaches, like, he forced Oreo to go back, but now he left his natural a little bit exposed. Oh, God.
Yeah, just a little bit there. Nidus was good enough to pull GogojOey's forces back, but the lanes of GogojOey making absolute the most use that he can out of them, taking out a third immediately.
Oreo's all in.
And now Oreo's a little bit, yeah, exactly. He's more desperate. He needs to win with this push. He still has a bit of an advantage here, but how much is that going to help him?
This is huge, though.
It's such a good defensive position.
Joey is supply blocked. Like, that killing those 2 Overlords was actually huge there, especially if the Roach Warren does get sniped. It is vulnerable here as part of the wall.
Yeah, but it feels like Oreo is a little too cautious here. He's playing it up scared. He does not want to be caught out of position and have GogojOey go for a surround. It looks like he's actually just gonna try to transition out.
The thing is that Oreo has a supply lead right now. But to be fair, GogojOey has these spines defensively, but if Oreo morphed in a couple of Ravagers, like, he could have taken out that Roach Warren. Like, he could have tried to make something happen here, but because he's been so indecisive, it has allowed GogojOey to finally get those Mutas out.
Indeed, it has. And the natural base is very, very cramped here in Death Aura. A couple of bios could have caused a lot of chaos, but it looks like Oreo actually just going to try to reestablish that third base. I don't know how I feel about this fight.
He made the decision that
this might be the wrong move.
Yeah, he made the decision that too much time has passed. I cannot end the game. He didn't realize how badly he supply blocked GogojOey, and now he's on the back foot. Now, like, there's no mining in the main base. This wall is so awkward. It takes so long for the queens to move around the bases defensively. As you were saying, it's so cramped. And now GogojOey has a bit of an advantage here. Only a little bit, though. Like, Oreo does have +1 range on his Roaches.
Indeed he does, but I tell you what, like, Biles do not care about upgrades, and neither do these. Okay, these Mutalisks care a little bit. But yeah, these are essentially the equalizers here for GogojOey, getting to throw down those Biles and use the Mutalisks to just chip away at the Roaches as much as you can. Makes these fights a lot more even. In fact, I would say GogojOey has the slight advantage right now, as he's sending in a couple more Lings to try to get some surrounds, and the Mutalisks, they are the wild card.
The problem is that Oreo is about to be pulled apart. Like, he can't defend against the Mutas and the main army. Like, the queens are so slow to move in between the bases. There isn't even creep connecting these bases enough either, as the Mutas do take out the gas. They're gonna dive on top of a queen. They could dive on top of another queen. Oh god, oh god.
It's picking apart these isolated queens, yeah. Enough of the queens that come in to get a bit of a transfuse going on.
I love
here. GogojOey. Ooh, just needed one more hit there on the Nidus. Yeah, you know, he needs some mobility. Oreo does. But GogojOey immediately going to be denying that. I feel like he may have taken a few too many losses in that, GogojOey has, but he is aware of that. He's pulling away, going to be trying to regroup and then try to take out his base.
Oh, God.
No, missed to him Mutas.
Yeah, really bad fight there. 3 Mutas do go down in that engagement. I love the idea of throwing down a Nidus so that Oreo can move between his third and his main with his queens. Regardless, Oreo, he defends, and he's, once again, fly blocking GogojOey.
This has been such a hot game that we saw so far. Like, now Oreo's the one pulling in the army supply as well as the first to get +2 range. Everything's up in the air right now.
Definitely. Oh my god, Oreo, he's committing to another Nidus. I don't know if this is the right move. Like, the Oreo is right outside the base of the third of Oreo, and the third could go down.
Yeah, and that's all GogojOey really needs here. Just take out the third base and then rally back at home. Actually forcing a decent number of the army from Oreo back, and now this is pretty key. Oreo has just had his army split apart. The third base goes down, and now GogojOey going home to focus on his defense, anticipating the counterattack. Oreo was kind of all in earlier when he initially lost his third base. He's got to be even more all in now.
Oh yeah, he is down 10 workers compared to GogojOey, so Oreo has to do what he can with this army. He has a decent amount of queens. Is it enough to really contend against all these mutas? Like, that's a pretty decent muta flock. I'm a little bit concerned for Oreo, but Oreo, he has to make something happen here, and we're gonna end up in a base trade.
Huh.
Uh-oh.
Well, GogojOey has a decent
Oreo,
defensive
please.
position over here. Not quite enough. Oh, dear. Oh, no. I was going to say not quite enough to deal with this many roaches out, but Oreo, again, being a little bit indecisive over here. Oreo losing just about every single one of his workers. And with that, I feel like that's going to be what prompts GogojOey to turn back with his units here. Actually picking off lone units bit by bit as they come up from Nidus over here.
And because Oreo left this position, the Nidus goes down. GG gets called.
GogojOey gonna be taking game number 1 pretty decisively, and I feel like based on what we saw so far in these 3 games, GogojOey versus Oreo, I feel like what particularly this last one has proven to us is that GogojOey is the absolute better decision maker.
The more decisive player, because Oreo, honestly, like the ideas, like the build, like what he was doing made so much sense. It's just like he was torn between like defending, pulling back, committing. He was a little bit all over the place, and he had the tools at his disposal, I feel. But GogojOey did a really good job at like causing Oreo to panic a little bit, and put the pressure on Oreo.
Yeah, it was really sort of scratching my head in the final move by GogojOey. You know, I was wondering, why would you send all of your Lings and your Mutalists across the map? You know that attack is coming for you. It's because GogojOey sort of understood the type of player Oreo was at that point. He knew that if he applied that pressure on the other side of the map, while keeping up enough of a defense, just barely enough of a defense back at home, it would cause Oreo to panic a little bit, and it would give GogojOey the advantage.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't blame Oreo either for like going back home, just because if it did end up in a base trade, GogojOey would have won, because he was already he was already in the natural, like he was already killing buildings essentially. But it's just it was a bit of a shame. Like I kind of wish that maybe he only sent his queens back home to defend, and then the queens would have pushed away the army, and then the roaches would have been across the map dealing damage and keeping that Nidus alive, so then the queens can come back over and the attack would continue. But GG.
GG indeed. GogojOey being so intelligent in the series, I feel. I think he's learned enough about his opponent from the previous series that he knows, you know, how to sort of manipulate that in a sense.
Aye. As we are getting ready for game number 2 between these two players. Mate, we're back. It's Submarine.
This might be the first GPO that we have Submarine showing up this often.
I'm okay with it. I imagine we're going to see it again in the finals.
You say that now, but I feel like what this means is that on Monday, the balance has to be met. ESL Asia, we're just not going to see Submarine. And we normally see it a lot there. But that's still to be determined, such as the result of this series. Continuing on Submarine LE. Of course, we all in fact live in the LE Submarine. Some of our players thrive in it, such as our players fighting in the top left-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the top of the left-hand corner. The Blues player going to be representing Downfall Gaming, DFG. Coming out from Brisbane, he is representing the Brisbane boys. He is Oreo.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Submarine LE, we have the red Zerg player hailing from the land of Hong Kong. Going for that pool first opening, we have GogojOey.
Yeah, just a defensive pool first coming out from GogojOey. Although, to be fair, we also said that in a previous series, but once Joey recognized that he didn't really defend anything, immediately turned on that aggressive switch within him.
Exactly, you can send those initial links across the map, and if you're lucky, if your opponent slips up a little bit, you can get a drone or two for your troubles. So GogojOey will have that available to him as 6 links are on the way. Meanwhile, Oreo did go for a hatch gas pool opening, which is, I would say a little bit bold on a map like this, but, he is going for it, and we'll see how confident he is in his micro.
That we shall. We're just waiting to see who is the first player to take that initiative. Once again, GogojOey just going right across the map. You get a bit of a scout, see if there's an opportunity for him to pick up a drone or two.
Yeah, exactly. Unlike Miyamika, he does not attempt to hide his links whatsoever, just zooms across the map. And meanwhile, yeah, because of that, Oreo does keep his drones in his main base, doesn't go down to the natural at the risking losing a couple of workers.
Ooh.
Oh.
Slinks could have gone down. Got Oreo juking and jiving. Going around.
Oh no, the drone!
Happen. You gotta turn that into a building, Oreo, or maybe you don't. Now you do! Very nice pick off here for GogojOey. I mean, when you go across the map like this, you're just doing it for scouting, right? It takes out all of the links!
Yeah, it takes out all the links. It looks like he will get another drone. 2 drones go down. That is the damage.
Very good opening here. Yeah, absolutely. Very good opening for GogojOey. I mean, you don't normally expect to take even a single drone when you do this, right? Do you, Light? As a Zerg player.
Yeah, especially at this level of play. Like, that's typically not what would happen. Unfortunately, Oreo, he still had his drones rallied to his natural. They were so vulnerable there. Slipped up a little bit and lost 2 drones. Not the biggest of deals, but it does mean that the opener of GogojOey was worth it, and he was able to close that economic gap. Not just close it, but also take the lead.
Absolutely did. I mean, look at the difference of workers right now. This is less to do with the opening, to be fair, and more to do with Oreo's own build order.
Yep.
But, yeah, GogojOey's in such a good economic position.
Okay, and it's on Oreo right now to make sure that GogojOey does not get a scout, because he's banking up all these things, and now he's going across the map. Oh, but he's gonna get spotted. He gets spotted.
GogojOey, absolute map vision everywhere. Eyes across the map. He's trying to get a couple of Banelings now, and I do believe a couple of them will pop just in. They're in the right position, right? What a connection GogojOey just got, and that might just be enough, honestly. Oreo's still sticking in this game. This is his final shot. His lifeline, essentially. He might just go for the third base. Beautiful cancel by GogojOey. But yeah, I don't know how much. We just cannot understate it. It just cannot be overstated. GogojOey is in such a fantastic position.
Exactly. That's the Baneling connection he needed, and now he has a massive worker lead. Sure, he was forced to cancel the third base once. I mean, Oreo is looking to try and do it again, but I mean, that's a big ask. Like, the army is here for GogojOey. He has plenty of links to keep up with Oreo, but Oreo, he's switching things up and going straight into roaches.
Yeah. Definitely can't fault Oreo for resilience here. He knows that the link bait phase of the game is not going to go into his favor anymore. Going to be going for a little bit of a risk here. I mean, or a gamble, if you will. It's not guaranteed to win him, but it's definitely a lot better than what he's got now.
Well, he went from one all-in to another because he has not droned up. He's still down to 22 workers. Like, he is making up a massive wave of roaches. Now he's going across the map. It should eventually get spotted by GogojOey, and 16 links are on the way.
Indeed, they are. This is really going to test GogojOey's micro, I feel. He needs to not waste the banelings on the roaches, use the links to get surrounds on them, and then also get really good connects on the links of Oreo.
That's exactly what he's going to be looking for. And also, Oreo has to be careful, make sure he doesn't get surrounded. Oh, he's focusing down the Evo. Oh,
very good position for Oreo. Most of the roaches are blocking and kind of buffering for the Lings. But here's the funny thing, like, when you have your roaches buffer for your Lings can't actually do anything. It's kind of how melee units work. Good snipes from Oreo so far, but I do still feel like it's very far in GogojOey's favor. He has a fantastic position, denying so much surface area for the Lings of Oreo. GG is called, and GogojOey once again showing off why he is the dominant player when Disu face.
That he is. GG gets called, and GogojOey, beautiful control. They're able to get a nice, beautiful surrounds on the roaches of Oreo, and Oreo just couldn't he couldn't support them because of those banelings, just zoning out all of the Lings of Oreo. He left. He had to leave his roaches to die. GG. Solid 2-0 by Joey.
Very, very solid. Again, just feels like it goes back to GogojOey really understanding his opponent and the state that he's in the game. Decision making always on point.
That they are, and what a series again. I was really impressed by Oreo in game 1. I know he still has so much potential there to grow, to improve. Again, he's only been back a couple of weeks as well to consistently playing the game, so we'll see how much he can flourish by the time ANZ Champs rolls around. But before that, we have our finals.
That we do. We're going to go on a quick little 5-minute break for us to appreciate the duct tape and also to get something ready for our intro. And we will be seeing you soon. TM. Wait, who do you want to...
Yeah, stick around. Stick around. In 5 minutes, we'll have that Spanish intro.
Wait, am I introing GogojOey or am I introing Mio Micah?
Who do you want? Mio? Mio, you can do Mio.
Okay.
We'll be back.